Scenic aerial shot of mountains with clouds in the valley. Cuts to a ski tour ascending in a dramatic landscape.
I don't know, it's kind of a tough one because the feeling that I'm always searching for is not like a feeling of blind skiing, but a feeling of normal skiing. When you get on top of something with nothing to hit and it's nice and consistent, you can just forget about being a blind person and go skiing. It's not so much about having this unique sensation of being a blind skier, but having the unique sensation of being a normal skier while being blind.
Two skiers descending an open face while snowblind tidal fades. Cuts to skiers standing in the backcountry, removing backpack and skins from skis.
Prior to my vision loss, I was a backcountry ski guide and avalanche professional. I started working in the industry when I was 19. It was more than just a job, it was a passion, it was a lifestyle, something that I planned on doing more or less for the rest of my life.
Tyson ski touring with dramatic mountains in the background.
In early November of 2018, I had 20/20 vision in both eyes. Towards the end of November, I started to notice that my right eye was getting a little bit fuzzy. And then about a week and a half later, I had basically no vision in my right eye.
Tyson sitting dejectedly.
Then around July of 2019, I started noticing a similar thing in my left eye. Things were getting a bit fuzzy. And after about 4 weeks, I had almost no vision in my left eye. Eventually, I was diagnosed with having a mitochondrial disease. I was legally blind at that point.
Tyson standing on deck outside in the dark. Cuts to walking through dimly lit forest.
I was told that the first 6 months would be really challenging, and I remember saying to this doctor that I don't think the first 6 months is going to be really challenging. I think the rest of my life is going to be really challenging. I have no central vision. I have a little bit of remaining peripheral vision. It takes a huge toll on your self-esteem and on the way you approach life. And yeah, mentally it was incredibly challenging.
Sitting with a photo of Tyson skiing hanging on the wall behind.
Skiing was something that has always been a focal point of my life, so immediately I started thinking about what was going to be needed for me to get back into the mountains and not just ski, but continue skiing in the backcountry.
Aerial shot of rugged mountains at sunset. Cuts to two people preparing to drop in to ski.
The first time that I got out on skis was an incredibly challenging and frustrating experience. I went from being a ski guide where I'm the one out front, now to have the roles so quickly reversed and to be in the back being guided and told what to do was quite challenging, but I've come to terms with it and it's how I get through the mountains now. If I can get put on a wide open pitch with nothing to hit, I'm at a point now where I'm confident and comfortable enough that I can ski that pitch almost as though I don't have a visual impairment.
Skiing open slope with center of frame blacked out and peripheral vision out of focus, depicting Tyson's current vision. Cuts to mountain landscape with clouds blowing over high peaks.
My first spring skiing as a blind and visually impaired person, I skied Mount Jumbo, the second tallest mountain in the Purcells. And this was something that I had always wanted to do as a sighted person and never got around to, and now I was doing it for the first time as a visually impaired person. And the sense of accomplishment I felt was pretty overwhelming, and I felt like other blind and visually impaired people would benefit from this experience. So that led me to found my own nonprofit.
Aerial shot of ski lodge with dramatic mountains in the background. Text that reads, in 2019, Tyson founded the Braille Mountain Initiative with the goal of getting other blind and visually impaired people into the mountains.
We're up at Purcell Mountain Lodge. This is our first week-long backcountry skiing trip. We have 3 other blind and visually impaired skiers up here with us.
And what I like to do is it's backwards now.
Donnie's a Paralympic swimmer. He can ski basically anything at Whistler Blackcomb. A really confident individual with an incredible sense of humor.
I don't consider myself a person with a disability. I refer to myself as the blind guy, the same way somebody would call themselves the redhead or the blonde or the ski bum, that kind of thing. I have 0 vision and no usable light perception whatsoever. So it's basically like seeing with the back of your head. That's how my condition can be described.
Sorry, a little tired. Anybody get any footage of that?
My name's Spencer, I'm 21, I'm from Canmore, Alberta. I was born with albinism. I can only see about 10%. I love skiing because it just makes me feel incredibly free. Growing up, I tried a wide variety of different sports. And nothing ever really stuck, but getting out into the mountains and being able to go downhill as fast as I want is just completely different. I'm free from everyone else. I get to make my own decisions.
I have been skiing for almost 50 years. I started skiing when I was about 10, so that makes me, well, 59 now. I was born with glaucoma, and right now I only have light perception, so I can see when the sun is out and when there's a light on in the room, but I have no functional vision.
Peter falls over in deep snow while hiking.
I can't see the track, so I have to feel it, and the tracks are not firm, so they're hard to discern. I'm never too old to learn something new.
Let me help get some of the snow out.
Guide helping Peter stand up after falling. Cuts to Tyson digging a snow pit.
One of the key objectives of our week up here is to teach our participants the core skills of the Avalanche Skills Training Level 1, which is companion rescue and traveling safely in the backcountry. As we feel our way down, the snow gets firmer, firmer, and kind of right where you're at right here.
Yep.
Very hard, right?
Yeah, it is.
Nice, hard, firm snow.
Scoop a little bit of facet.
It tastes a little bit like freezer berm.
Yeah, fresh snow tastes pretty good. Loose, sugary facets.
Don't taste very good. It tastes like freezer berm.
Tyson's one of those guys who has managed to pick himself up and keep going. I'm not sure if I was in that position, what I would do. I'm great in what I've got now, but if something was taken from me, would I be able to keep going in the same way, or would I throw a bit of a pity party for myself? Really hard to tell.
Tyson skiing deep powder snow. Jumping back in time, Tyson stands looking at the Rocky Mountains, considering his future.
Getting back to work was quite a challenging thing to do, but something that was very important to me in order to move forward. I applied for many jobs I didn't get before eventually getting a job at Avalanche Canada as a public avalanche forecaster. I perform the day-to-day tasks of an avalanche forecaster by using a screen reader to access snowpack and weather data.
Tyson using a screen reader to prepare public avalanche bulletin.
It's been an experiment for everyone involved. There's never been a blind avalanche forecaster, likely anywhere in the world. It's been a perfect fit for my new circumstance.
Returning to the present, the group ski tours above clouds on a beautiful sunny day.
We're sitting on top of ptarmigan. We're sitting above some pretty open terrain. I think it's going to be pretty primo blind skiing.
One of the things that I always really enjoyed about guiding was the opportunity to share my love of the mountains with other people, and so Braille Mountain Initiative has given me that opportunity to continue to do that.
Oh, that was a hoot. That was my best skiing so far. What amazing snow.
Tyson, within months of him going almost blind, he has this vision of helping others, and he's made this vision turn into a reality. Like, that takes a really special kind of person to make that happen.
Cool. Good job, man.
I knew that I would never give up skiing in the backcountry. That thought never crossed my mind. It was more about finding different ways to do things than finding different things to do.
Aerial shot of Tyson skiing with Rogers Pass in the background.
The freedom the mountains provide is arguably more important than ever now. When I get on top of the right slope and someone tells me I've got nothing to hit, I'm able to just go for it and forget about my visual impairment for a brief moment.
Tyson skiing perfect powder into the distance as the shot fades to black. For more information and to support the Braille Mountain Initiative, go to www.braillemountaininitiative.com. Donovan rapping at dinner in the lodge.
Don't take greatness to rap, but I'll tell you about it. Going into this week, I was apprehensive. Not sure all the things of a comprehensive. How does a blind guy get in the backcountry? How do I pack all of the things I need? What about COVID-19 and Omicron? Am I just gonna be a moron? I don't know. I just said, well, hey, what's the worst can happen? I could be dead. What a week. What a time, what a day, what a time to be blind in this country. Learning how to ski in the backcountry, it's BMI. They've got the stuff, they know what to do, they give a fuck, yeah.